What is happening, everybody? Thanks for checking out today's video. Today I'm bringing you a review and test video of the Ugly Stick Carbon rod. I picked this thing up probably about 2 months ago at Walmart for like half price. I couldn't pass it up. This thing is just packed full of features that you're gonna pay way more for. And normally this thing is like 80 bucks. So you're getting a really high quality rod. And if you're used to the Ugly Stick quality and the durability, this rod is not going to disappoint. And this thing is super lightweight, like most carbon or graphite rods are. So this thing is not going to disappoint. Guys, if you like reviews like this, please stick around, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. And let's dive into this review. So looking at this Ugly Stick Carbon rod, man, I tell you, this thing just looks awesome. That's all I can say. This thing just looks awesome. Starting up here at the handle piece, we have a nice little Ugly Stick emblem, a little rubberized end piece. And this right here is actually the wind dry tack material. And now it kind of doesn't look like it, but on the packaging that comes around this rod when you get it, it actually says wind dry tack on it. So that's the only piece on here that would have wind dry tack. So I'm gonna take their word for it. Nice Ugly Stick emblem on this. But yeah, that right there is pretty cool. I mean, I never really grabbed this down here, so I don't really need traction with it. But if you're pulling in a big fish, maybe that can give you some extra traction and leverage in pulling that fish in. But moving up the rod here, this red follows the whole rod. We don't have that clear tip or anything like that because this rod does not have that fiberglass tip that most of the Ugly Stick rods are known for. This is actually a full carbon rod, but it does look like, you can see the little ribs there. It does look like it's wrapped in maybe a fiberglass wrap because most carbon doesn't look like that. Or graphite, you can kind of use that interchangeably in this review. But yeah, it does look like it's wrapped in some type of fiberglass wrap. But man, this thing just looks awesome. As we move up to the reel seat here, the reel seat has this carbon fiber looking material on this adjustment knob. And I really like this reel seat as a whole. This is an actual Fuji. You can see it stamped right there, if it'll focus. This whole reel seat is made by Fuji. Look at that right there. It says quality Fuji product underneath the reel seat here. And this thing is just built super solidly. I really like how it adjusts, and the reel goes in there just nice and tight. And you can tighten this adjustment knob down. Man, this thing just looks high quality. I love the carbon fiber accent right here. And the way this reel seat is exposed is just great. I love to get a full grip here on this, and then I can really feel that with my fingers underneath. And the rest of my palm kind of sits in there nice. And it just feels great, guys. The whole 2 months I've been using this, I pulled in a ton of fish, and this thing just performs. I'm telling you, it's got the ruggedness that Ugly Stick is known for and the durability. And just moving up the rod here, man, this reel seat is just really tough. The material, it's got like a matte finish to it. It's kind of what it feels like, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna rub off or anything like that. This EVA foam piece right here is really nice and comfortable. You know, I always rest my fingers up here, so that's nice and comfortable. It's not gonna wear you out through the duration of the day out on the water fishing. It's just really nice and comfortable. And with the quality of this rod and the more expensive price tag, you're actually getting a better hook keeper than most Ugly Stick rods have. Usually Ugly Stick rods just have a little simple loop there. Well, this is a little bit more high quality of a loop, and I know it's just a small feature, but little things like that do end up making a difference a lot of times in how well you actually want to use this rod. You know, if you don't like a rod, you're probably not going to fish it that much. Looks really nice and reinforced here with the wrapping. That looks really good. It says Ugly Stick Carbon. And you may be wondering, hey, what type of carbon is this? Or what type of graphite is this? It doesn't say. It just says full carbon. And I don't know. It's a mystery carbon, I guess. But what is kind of cool is I opted for the 2-piece rod. Look at this. That right there is a solid piece of carbon or graphite. Look at that. That is just solid. But this thing is not heavy at all. And I didn't weigh this or check the weight on it before this review, because this is kind of like a field test review. Not getting too complicated with it. But I will say this thing is just as light as my Im8 rod blanks. And that's what makes me want to fish this thing so much, is it's just so easy to use. It's so light, and it's not cumbersome and heavy like some of those other ugly stick rods are. So if you like a light rod and that's what deterred you from buying some of the ugly stick rods, this rod has changed that mindset for me. Because I'm not a huge ugly stick guy. I mean, I've done a lot of reviews on ugly stick. I think they perform well, but the weight that they pack behind them, it just makes them kind of a pain in the butt to fish all day. Moving on up the rod here, we do have these Ugly Tough line guides that Ugly Stick is known for. It's a one-piece stainless steel line guide that has been rolled out from the inside and pressed out, and that is just one solid piece that's been polished down. So if you're used to losing inserts, this doesn't have an insert. It's just a solid piece of stainless steel. They're very durable, and I run a lot of braid. On all of my spinning rods, I run braid, and I haven't had any issues out of this one so far, or any of my other ugly sticks that have these same line guides. And this does have 8 guides up the length of this 7-foot rod. So that's a pretty adequate number of line guides. You're not gonna be, wearing your line out when you're pulling fish in and things like that. And this thing does have a really nice parabolic bend to it. And this is a medium power, fast action tip rod. And it doesn't even say it on the rod itself, which is, I don't know, it's a mystery. But I do remember when I ordered this, they had several other options. I think they had a 6-foot, 6-inch version. I think they had a couple one-piece rods. But I opted for the 2-piece just in case I want to actually throw this maybe in my wife's vehicle or something like that and go fishing. And plus, this one was half off and the other ones weren't. So that was a big reason there. But this thing has that nice 2-piece connection right here at the ferrule. And, that makes it just as solid as a 1-piece. I haven't noticed any. I honestly couldn't even tell that this is a 2-piece versus a 1-piece if I didn't know the 2-piece was there. It is that good. It's that sensitive. So most ugly sticks aren't known for the sensitivity. Well, this one changes that mindset. This thing is just as sensitive as my Im8 rods. And that's why I've been loving it. This is maybe my new favorite rod out of the whole arsenal that I have. But yeah, this thing just looks awesome, guys. Give you a shot of that end piece right there, the end eyelet. Yeah, this thing is good. So if you're looking for a nice, solid carbon rod that has an ugly stick durability to it, this rod might be for you. It's like all my other reviews, we're gonna go ahead and roll some footage of me actually catching some bass with this thing. And I've caught quite a bit. We might not have time to show all of these, but we're gonna go ahead and start that footage right now so they can give you a better understanding of what this rod is actually capable of doing. There we go. We got something. This might be a pretty good one right here. Oh, decent. Another smallie, man, they are pale. Real pale this morning. And I kind of set the hook and it went way in. Look at that dude. There we go. We catch up with this fish. This is good. At least he felt good. That's a pretty one right here. Yeah. Beautiful bass. That beautiful smallie. Come on. He was fighting good, whatever it's saying. He's a smallie. Look at that dude. He'll take off swimming. He ran out of energy. We'll pull him up. All right. There we go. Something. I swear they feel bigger today. Got us another one. We haven't caught any big ones this morning, but these little. There we go. That's our fish. This one's pretty. Got a lot of stripes to it. Come on, dude. Yeah, this one is gorgeous. There we go. I wasn't even expecting a fish right here. Whoa. That thing is super dark. I don't know if I've ever caught a smallie it was that dark. This thing is like straight bronze. Look at that. Wow. That is the awesome thing about. There we go. That's another one. Oh, that's a little chunkier. Yeah, still a little dude though. One of the old wacky rig. So we switched over to the wacky rig, and man, we're just getting a bunch more now. There we go. Man, this one is fighting good. Not that big though. All right, another beautiful largemouth. He got some hair in his mouth. I don't know what he's been eating on. We got it. I think it's just a little one too. Yep. Yeah, just a little one, but hey, he kept smashing the surface. All right, another little one. Come on, I know there's bigger ones in here than this. All right, guys, hopefully you like this review and field test of the Ugly Stick Carbon rod. Once again, I think if you're looking for a nice, solid rod for your spinning gear, and I think they do make some bait cast versions of these too, this might be a great option for you. Check out Walmart.com. And like I said, I found this for half price. It was like 45 bucks. Normally they're around 80 bucks, so almost half off. And this is a great, solid rod. And you just never know what kind of price you might find these at. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, please hit that like button, help me out here on the channel. Also, subscribe to the channel, we'd love to have you. And head over to my main YouTube page and check out some of the fishing related videos I have over there. I have a lot of different content over there. All right, guys, I'll catch you in future videos.